I was struck really that every time I read John chapter 6, it is a moment for us to really ask the same question that the people in the day of Jesus, and Jesus now present with us, asked. Give us this bread of life. Give us this bread of life. No matter what's going on in our lives, no matter what's taking place, no matter what we face, that's the question. Lord, give us the bread of life. And he says directly to every single one of us, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never hunger. Whoever believes in me will never thirst. Wow! I mean, really? Wow! Wow! And so to take that into our lives, very personally, and to let the love of Jesus Christ through his body and blood that we receive enter our lives very personally, and letting him truly love us in that way, and become truly for us our bread of life. It really is quite powerful. That's why we as a church, uniquely in the world, declare that during the Mass, Jesus himself is present as the bread and the wine, for it becomes his body and his blood. That changes everything. It literally changes everything. And for us, it is a moment to say to Jesus in faith, I believe you are my bread of life. I believe it. In a few moments, I'm going to be giving instructions to John, but also to call him into candidacy for the priesthood. And these young men here before you are also candidates for the priesthood. And each of them in this time of formation are really doing what St. Paul said in his letter to the Ephesians today, and that is, make Christ the center of our lives. And especially make this moment, the Eucharist, the center of our priesthood, the center of who we are. Because every time we hold the body and blood of Christ in our hands, it is a miracle. It's a miracle. Every time we hold him in our hands, it is a moment of great love. A moment in which he says to us, I am your bread of life. And I'm reminded, and I shared with them as we did our prayer of recollection, our weekend of recollection, that, St. Paul really captured it, especially as we receive his body and blood. Who will separate us from the love of Christ? Or what will separate us from the love of Christ? And as we hold his body in our hands and drink his blood, we're really saying in faith, I believe. And I believe such that I will never hunger and I will never thirst. Wow. Wow. Give thanks in this faith community. You have Father Jacob Matthew with you, for he believes. He believes. Give thanks also that you have John, for he believes, and in the next 4 years will be formed, we pray, into a priest of God. And also give thanks for these guys up here, because they are praying and discerning God's will for them, and God willing, will ordain all of them. And if that happens, you can have people doing a happy dance as bishop, I can tell you, in a big way. So, John, here we go.